It's been dramatic inside the Senate chambers today as both lead attorneys argued back and forth. We had a vote and we waited for some clarity before the day wrapped up. I still have with me Neama Rahmani, federal former prosecutor, and we have Robert Tsai, law professor, Boston University School of Law. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me today. I want to start with you, Neama, on your overall impressions on a short day today.
It's a short day, but certainly an eventful one. Something that we didn't expect, something that we haven't seen and we didn't see during the last impeachment trial. So this is going to prolong things for at least days, maybe even weeks. We're going to have a sitting member of Congress deposed, likely via Zoom. But even if it's Zoom or in person, that's not something that you see every day. This is someone who is a Republican who is going to present some pretty damning evidence for the former president that may open the door to his eventual impeachment. This is something that we did not think was likely, and we did not think there was any possibility that this type of evidence would be presented in witness format, especially by a sitting member of Congress, and nor do we expect any chance of the Democrats being able to secure a conviction because of this type of evidence. So pretty significant day today, and not something that anyone expected.
Yeah, it brought everything to an abrupt halt, and we're waiting for some of these next steps. And I know, Robert Tsai, you had some really good points from your expertise on how this could go moving forward. Revisit that for us on what you feel like maybe the rest of the day, or how long this may even stretch out.
Absolutely. I think this is a huge win for the House managers. And, all along their theory of the case is that, as they've said to us, President Trump incited this mob. But the way we know that is because you have to look earlier than the January 16th moment, right? Their theory of the case is that the president summoned the mob, right? He assembled the mob, and then he incited the mob. And their theory is that explains why at that final last stage, he doesn't have to be more explicit. Everybody knows why they're there. They know why he wants them there. And at that point, he just has to point the mob up the hill. And everybody knows that what he wants is for them to obstruct the counting of the votes. I think that if they get this higher quality evidence as to President Trump's state of mind, kind of how he was acting and behaving, what he was saying to people, if in fact it's confirmed that he was on the phone trying to capitalize on this moment, it will show evidence of a corrupt mind, that he either planned or is trying to take advantage of this chaos to hang on to power. And that he's continuing to lean on people. So I think that, what we need to look for is, A, whether Representative Herrera repeats under oath in the deposition what she has said to reporters. And then at that point, we want to look and see whether Kevin McCarthy is deposed, whether they try to get him under oath, whether he confirms that story or what version he tells. And then, honestly, there could be some effort to try to, again, get Donald Trump to either come willingly or to get him a subpoena. And at that point, I would expect he would try to dodge that subpoena. But I think that there should be a lot of attention on this moment to try to see if people are willing to talk about what the president was thinking as all this chaos was unfolding.
Oh, yeah, it will be intriguing to watch it all unfold. You're right. And Neama, I read something surprised me this morning that one of Trump's defense attorneys, David Schoen, almost quit on Thursday night, according to the New York Times reporting. Now, we're no strangers to President Trump going through several different attorneys, hiring different ones, but on the eve of the defense making its case, he almost lost one of his top lawyers. What do you think about that?
Chandler, it's no secret that the former president wants to make this impeachment trial a trial about election fraud and how it was stolen from him. Well, that's certainly not a good defense from a legal perspective. This is about inciting an insurrection. So Trump has gone through many attorneys, and he almost lost one more. He actually did until the former president called him personally and asked him to return to the team. So, in terms of how the defense case was presented on Friday, Schoen had a significant disagreement with the former president. So not surprising that there's another attorney that's gone by the wayside. We've seen this time and time again with President Trump.
Yeah, you are correct. And it's interesting. Also, the same evening, we had other senators meeting with the defense team, Cruz, Senator Lee, Senator Graham, almost before they made their case in chief, if we want to make it analogous to what we normally see here on court TV. That's interesting. They were meeting with some of the jurors in the impeachment trial. But I was just on Twitter and I see where Lindsey Graham has tweeted, because this was a surprising move. In the vote earlier to move on to this witness phase, it only required a simple majority, 51 votes. 5 senators that are of the Republican Party joined over with the Democrats. Well, the last minute change of Senator Lindsey Graham from against it to for it, and he's gone to Twitter to sort of, I guess, to answer for his change of vote. And he says he wants to be clear that the House managers are trying to investigate the case after it was brought before the Senate, and it is better for the country to go into a final vote, even though he just voted for this witness phase. He says, however, if the body wants witnesses, I am going to insist that we have multiple witnesses. So what do you guys think